Hello, and welcome to English Today, the podcast where we discuss multiple different aspects of English writing and language. Today we will be looking at the interesting biography on Mason MacDonald, Victoria Nugent's candid autobiography, and the thrilling essay on totalitarian governments. Before we begin, I'd like to thank this week's sponsor, Grammarly. Now you can launch Grammarly with just one click straight from your desktop. Mistake-free writing has never been easier. Try Grammarly for free today or upgrade to premium for only $11.99 monthly. Our first topic of discussion is the biography of Mason MacDonald. When we were asked to write a biography about someone inspiring, the first person who came to mind was Mason. He is a man who grew up in Wendover with his 3 older sisters and his parents. Mason was lucky to have so many influential role models in his life growing up. This young adult, who has been through many hardships and internal battles, has overcome multiple challenges and is now only a few steps away from achieving his dream. He went from a confused adolescent who solely wanted to make his father proud to a bright young adult on a wonderful path towards success and happiness. Despite the many difficulties and obstacles thrown at him, he has always taken on everything with a positive outlook and hasn't let anything set him back. With only a few months until he becomes manager of his own store, the tension has never been higher. And to think that this used to only be a part-time job and is now a lifelong career. Wow. This young adult, filled with ambition, determination, and perseverance, is the perfect example that you can achieve anything if you set your mind to it and don't let other people's opinions tear you down. When we sat down with Mason last week, it was very interesting to hear what he had to say. When we asked him questions, he would elaborate greatly about his upbringing, his family, and his experiences. Mason is a very social person and enjoys the company of others. His commitment to everything he does was very clear, especially in the details of his answers during the interview. It was a great pleasure for us to be able to sit down with him for a while and get to know him. Someone like this, who has taken a small career and was able to achieve his goals, is a very inspiring person. And regardless of all the people who told him that going into management was not the best career, he stuck to it, and he found something that made him very happy. And you can't put a price on happiness. We're just going to take a quick break to let you guys know that this podcast is sponsored by Wix. You need a website? Why not do it yourself? Join Wix today for free or upgrade to premium with prices starting as low as $5 monthly. With Wix, you can create your own professional website. With just a few clicks, you can connect your site to your favorite social media channels and add popular web apps and services. Just like that, you've got your own stunning website that is fully optimized for every device. Create your own stunning website today. It's easy and free. Writing an autobiography is a terrifying and intimidating task. You must look candidly at your past and tell the story of your life. Victoria did a wonderful job at this. We read her autobiography and were amazed by her story. Written in the third person, the 16-year-old girl shares her deepest stories and reveals the truth of her past, which has affected who she is today. Despite it being such a vulnerable task, Victoria spoke honestly about her past and the events which marked her life. Throughout her autobiography, we can see that regardless of what you have been through and the challenges which you face, you can always persevere and try to find the positive in everything. Victoria grew up in Bourget with only her mother by her side. As a young girl, many influential and sad things happened, but each one of these moments made her stronger and helped her appreciate life even more. Victoria tries to help everyone and will often put others before her own well-being. Despite her young age, this girl has been through a lot which has matured her greatly. In this autobiography, we get a look into this adolescent's life, childhood, and future plans. We learn about moments which made her who she is today, and it allows the readers to take a walk in someone else's shoes for a bit, because you never truly know what is going on in someone's life. And even reading an autobiography, you are solely discovering the surface of their truth. shopping online? Try Honey. Stop wasting money. Honey finds you the internet's best discount codes and applies the best one to your cart. Simply click on the Honey symbol at the top of your page while shopping, and Honey will find you the best deals instantly. Save at thousands of stores with Honey's automatic coupons, promo codes, and deals. Add Honey, it's free. Now onto a topic that's a little more sensitive. For those who are uncertain about the what surrounding a totalitarian government, let us break it down for you. In essence, a totalitarian government is a political concept which restricts individual opposition to the state and exercises an extremely high degree of control over public and private life. To some, totalitarianism may seem like a good concept with the goal of ensuring control and order over the country. However, just like communism, it's mainly only good on paper. What most people don't take into consideration is people's individual beliefs, values, and their own personal ways of thinking. Looking at those topics and a multitude of others, we can think of several reasons why totalitarian government is not an ideal or structurally secure way of governing. In this captivating and truth-revealing essay, the author argues how in Jay McTeague's V for Vendetta, the director uses the protagonist to highlight how the destruction of an illusion provokes the transmogrification of a fascist totalitarian government by the individual. In this film, the protagonist eradicates illusion in a multitude of different ways, which are wonderfully analyzed and explained by Victoria. Now, as you know, we like to get involved with you guys. And of course, totalitarianism cannot be agreed upon by everyone, but we'd love to hear your opinions. Tweet us at English Today what you think the pros and cons are of this political concept, and make sure to hashtag it ENG Today Podcast. That is capital ENG, capital T, ODAY, capital P, ODCAST, for a chance to be featured in next week's episode. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of English Today. Make sure to tune in next week where we'll talk about the creativity behind fiction writing and the impact of fiction on today's youth and development. Also remember to check out this week's sponsors, Grammarly, Wix, and Honey, and to use our code English-Today 04/10 for 10% off Grammarly and Wix premium accounts. Goodbye, everyone!